Hello. Hello and welcome to Ero Season 10 PSF5. The greatest tier. It's round 1 of our 10th season. I'm Jack Bailey, I'll be your commentator today. And we are here in Spa, looking a little bit cloudy. Which is great news. I want to see a little bit of chaos. So who have we got today then? Mr. Tank. Raced against him in Season 6. Not been here since then, I don't think. So be interested to see what he does. Stevie won the championship a few times, I think. He's a returner. As is Villeneuve, his teammate, and the other Aston Martin. Tim Liza, aka the Beyblade, because he spins so much. Also pretty experienced. Who can forget Suckol? A bit of chaos caused from him, and of course Wanny. He was a little bit temperamental last season. Going down the grid, we've got Vries in the Ferrari, which is a little bit weird. I prefer to see Stevie and Zhao in there, but what can you do with his teammate who's going around now? Ross something. James Sullivan in the Red Bull this year. I think it's his second season. Nico Hildeman, definitely his second season. Probably the slowest driver since Shade Maps. But we all love him. Filippo, welcome back. I think he's had a couple of seasons off. Very good driver. I'm interested to see what he does in the Mercedes. He was in the Mercedes last time I saw him. Again, back in Season 6. Quite a few Season 6 returnees here on a bit of reunion. Can I come back? Tommy, quick. He might win the championship. It's possible. He was very, very fast towards the end of last season. And Bastos in the Williams, his first season in ERO. No one else really to note. Oh, let's have a go at this one. Nope, let's not. Let's see what's going on. Yellow flags. Everyone's going very slowly as people start their first flying lap. And we'll go around with Junaid in the Williams on his first flying lap of his ERO career, I believe. So we might see a bit of carnage here later. Rouge and Radion, especially if it's a bit rainy in the race, that'd be nice. Of course, the Real Grand Prix in Belgium is rain. So hopefully we see a bit of rain in the race, just to spice things up a touch. Keep them all on their toes. That's what we want, really. Right, let's have a go at this one then. Abdallah Heyman. That's right? Abdallah Heyman? We'll go with that. We'll come up with a name for him depending on what he does. No pressure, lad. We haven't got many nicknames this year. It's a shame, really. We haven't talked. We've only got the Beyblade of Tim Liza. We've got Matthew Wrongson in the Haas. Got a habit of getting things wrong. It's quite ironic. I'll let you work that one out for yourselves. He has gone purple in Sector 2, though. No one's set a lap yet, though. And it's lovely. I mean, it's very sad, but it's lovely that after his sacking from AlphaTauri in real life, Nick de Vries has joined ERO again. He was here last season, but yeah, he can fully focus on it now because he hasn't got to drive in real life. So he can focus on ERO in the Ferrari. Obviously, he doesn't want to be anything to do with the Red Bull. And we'll see what he does in F5, the slowest tier. Which is, of course, where Nick de Vries deserves to be. As I've been saying on that, Matthew Wrongson has gone 1:43.6 for the fastest time so far. And Tommy PLR has just, I'll say smashed it, slightly beaten it, with a 1:43.2. No idea what pole time will be. Anyone's guess? as we'll see Filippo cross the line. See what time he can do. Interested to see what he does. Another quick driver could be in contention. Oh, there we go, 143.1. So we're looking quite good so far. It's quite tight at the top. We haven't seen a lap from Stevie or Zhao yet. Stevie just finishing his first lap. Be quite weird to see them in the green cars, but I'm sure we'll get used to it. Someone's lost it at Rouge Radion, just letting people by. Either way, Stevie across the line, he goes fastest, 142.9. Brilliant stuff from Stevie. Showing his experience straight out of the blocks. Provisional pole position. We'll see what James Sullivan can do in the Red Bull as he comes across the line now. It's not looking too awful as he goes P10. Well, it's not bad. Probably about where he'll end up, in fairness. So next across the line probably will be this one, because I think the one's a header on in laps. So we'll stay with Mr. Tank. Welcome back. Drives a bit like a tank at times, so very aptly named. Or he did 2 years ago. And he goes P1. Wow, that is unexpected. Is this the same driver? Unbelievable. He's absolutely smashed the pole position time. Mr. Tank. Where did that come from? Unbelievable stuff. I'm very happy for him. The experience of Villeneuve. What can he do in his new green car? Not a lot, to be honest. It's gone P16 with perhaps one of the worst laps of his career. Anyway, Nico Hiltonen remains in the pits. Maybe an issue with his car or something. Who knows? As for some reason, this happened before. Is it the same guy? In the debut drivers' race, there was a driver that took me by complete surprise and qualified on the medium tyres. Obviously knows something the rest of the field doesn't. We're clearly not working for CH Machine. He's currently in P15. See what Nick De Vries is doing. Oh, no, we won't. We'll see what Oani is doing. What is this? Illegal pit entry, anybody? Yeah. It's a safe rejoin, I suppose, but it's technically not rejoined the track. It's rejoined the pit lane quite nicely. I don't know what's happened to his car. Anyway, lovely helmet. That's all that can be said about this man. Moving on. Sully shows probably how to enter the pits appropriately. Oh, we've not had a stewards briefing, have we? No one knows how to enter the pit lane. All the stewards have started well this season. Although the less I say about the stewards, the better. So I might get in trouble. I think the stewards will be better this season. We've got a better bunch. New stewards, mixed it up a bit. Some of the old stewards who were rubbish have been banned. Probably for rubbish stewarding, to be fair. Which is deserved. As we will watch the Alfa Romeo of Abdelrahman 20. As he sets the fastest Sector 2 of the session. He's going to be approaching a slower car. As he absolutely sends it into the final chicane. A little bit wide, not quite tight enough on that corner either. Got to be really careful with traction on exit there. And he improves very slightly. 144.087, which is the exact same time as James Sullivan. So what's going on here then? We might see some random battle between Tommy and the man in front. Well, he's on out lap, of course. Someone behind him, I think. He's just hanging back. So they've all done the first runs, apart from Nico Hildeman. I don't think he's been out yet. It's obviously preserving things. Someone's binned it. I think it's Nick De Vries. No, it's not. It's his teammate. Anyway, Tim Liza is about to start a lap. So we'll watch him. I quite liked him. Nice guy. Spins a lot, but, you know, we're not all perfect. Managed to keep it out the wall through the most dangerous section of the track. So well done to him for that. So what's his Sector 1 time looking like? Slightly down. Well, it's not even worth talking about. Slightly down on his first run, but not significant. Can easily make that up in Sector 2. Just throw it in. I have to be honest, later on, I'm racing F4 and I'd probably be happy to get in the 142s, so there's some pretty quick drivers in F5. Although there's one driver in F4 who apparently is the 141s, which is absolutely repulsive. We'll see how he gets on. Again, nice guy. Some nice people this year. Makes a pleasant change. So the AlphaTauri of Binhu. Binhu. He's gone up to P4. Filippo P3. We were watching Tim. I'm sorry, Tim. So he's in Sector 3, approaching the final chicane, and there's traffic ahead of him. Just get out of his way in time. Round the final corner, DRS open, throttle to the floor, and he improves by a tenth. He does go up a position though. It's very close at the top. If we look from, like, you know, Stevie to June, half a second. There's a bit of a gap to Waney. And then that's quite close again with 4 drivers. So it's an interesting qualifying session. Anyone can improve. Anyone can do jump a few positions. But ultimately, qualifying is pointless because they'll all be mixed up after the lap 1 safety car. Well, maybe lap 2 safety car. Who knows? We don't know. It's an absolute pleasure to be back in the commentary booth for these legends of F5. It's where we all started. And it's where everyone has, I would say, the most fun in Ero. It's not without its drama, of course. As Stevie crossed the line, just off pole position, probably will start P2. Mr. Tank's time is looking better and better the more time these drivers go around, as Tommy has popped up into P3 while I've been rambling on about nonsense. Filippo's got potential. I think Tim's, yeah, coming into the pits. Maybe get out again. Do 3 runs here then, that's worth knowing. Maybe 1 run in the pits, same set of tyres. I'd save a set of softs for the race, depending on the weather, of course. Who knows what the weather's going to do. We're hoping for a downpour, either to start or at the end. That would be lovely. A downpour at the end would be fantastic. Thunderstorms, final few laps could get my heart going. There's not many people on the track now. We'll watch Matthew Wrongson. At least for Sector 1. If his Sector 1's no good, then we'll go off him. Oh God, that's awful. No. Can't watch that. It'll make us all sick. Anyway, this man's on outlap and he needs to get out of the way of someone behind him, I think. Where's Nico? It's not actually Nico, I think it's Nick. I don't actually know his name, but anyway, he's a nice guy. Mr. Tank goes even faster. 142.2. I don't know what to say about it. Unexpected. That was a bit unexpected as well, but Well, you've got to expect the unexpected of some of these people. As Villeneuve still in the pits, probably going to come out. It's an absolute terrible time from Villeneuve, to be honest, and Sokol. I expected those to be at least up to sort of, 7, 6 minimum, really. But anyway, perhaps a race trim setup. And again, if it is going to rain in the race, maybe some people have got wet setups on and others not. It does look cloudy. It's not very sunny, is it? So hopefully that follows through into the race. Who's interesting? No one's crashed yet, which is impressive. Although I'd probably say it's harder to crash on this game. Because traction control is nonsense. Stevie's retired. In the pits. It must be in the pits. I don't think it's crashed. So he's done. Can't do better than 142.5. So we'll sit on that and see how he does. Mr. Tank. Phew. He was never this quick. I remember he shoved me into all in Baku once. And in revenge I dive bombed him in Hungary. Which surprised him a touch, but that's all I remember from Mr. Tank. I don't remember him being fast. But it's been a couple of years. Perhaps had intensive training. Could win the title. Matthew Wrightson is doing quite well for his rookie season. Wasn't this fast in the debut drivers race, so that's positive. There's an AlphaTauri going slowly, and there's a Mercedes doing interesting things. Oh dear, oh dear. Someone clip this. Send it to Jacob Tucker. I think he's got in the way of quite a few people by retiring on track, so probably a justified penalty, but who am I to say that? I am just a commentator. Someone else has retired on track, and I think it is Vries. Nick de Vries, you've retired on track, mate! You're supposed to know better than that, these people. Naughty, naughty, naughty. So we've had 2 retirements on track within 10 seconds. I will be noting that. Send it to my good friend Jacob Tucker, the steward of the season. See what he does about that one. Anyway, who else is on track? And yes, I'm a bit of a grass when it comes to these things. And I will be looking out for pit entries as well, because that's always fun. So Filippo, looking like last. I'm not really paying attention, I'm sorry. I get bored in qualifying, but the race is far more entertaining. There's no formation lap, so we're straight into the action. Filippo is not on a very good lap. Is he? 10 seconds? No, I don't think so. I could be wrong here. See what he does. Peels into the pits or carries on. He's carrying on, so it's actually half decent. Oh, that's not half decent. No, he's lost a lot of time, and as a result, has not improved. Although realistically, he wasn't going to make 4 tenths up, so P4 is fair. That's where he starts. That's not bad actually for a return. So you got Mr. Tank on the surprise pole position, I would say. Certainly surprised from my point of view. Stevie P2, which, the experience and wisdom, not really that much of a surprise. Tommy up there as well, as expected. But the margin that Mr. Tank's got is the most surprising thing. It's absolutely disgusting. 42.2? No way. I can't even get near that in... well, that's worrying. Oh well, we'll see what happens later. Enough about me, more about F5. Filippo, P4, well done him. This guy, who? I don't know. Binhu, P5 on his debut. Not bad. Tim Lies the Beyblade has managed not to spin so far. Matthew Wrongson pushed down to P7. Junaid, another rookie in P8. Sokol just about clawing a little bit of pace back in P9. And CH Machine in P10, but potentially a penalty for retiring on track. If anybody was impeded, they may wish to report that, but they may not. Anyone below P10, poor performance. Should be embarrassed. It looks sunny. That's disappointing. Oh well, we can't have it all. We should get some interesting action over the real F1 weekend. With a bit of rain, but not too much. We just need just a little bit of a sprinkle. A little bit of a sprinkle. Every now and then. And it dries out, another sprinkle. And that will be the perfect scenario. But we shall see. That won't happen here. Looks pretty dry. Pretty. Yeah. Anyway, no formation lap. Turn 1 could be chaotic. It's the first turn of Season 10. No doubt it will be something special. Spa always has a dodgy turn 1, especially in league racing. A lot of front wings will be gone. Would you rather be on the inside or outside here? Probably inside. Anyway, enough of that. We have 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. And Junaid immediately gets a drive-through penalty for doing a Maldonado in 2012 and getting a jump start there. As Mr. Tank gets a great start. Tommy, PLR and Filippo have somehow got past Stevie. Can't really see what's going on. 5-second penalty. Severe collision from Sokol and Tim Liza. Sokol's already caused absolute chaos as Tommy and Filippo. There's a virtual safety car immediately. Oh, it's also a massive crash there. And they've done well to avoid that virtual safety car for a severe collision at the back as Sokol has caused chaos in an instant. Typical Sokol. Anyway, we'll see what's been going on there. It does have a penalty. Junaid's got a drive-through. It is a virtual safety car. Like I say, turn 1 creates chaos. We didn't really see much of it, to be honest, because it all happened right at the back as Tim Liza has lost 10 places from probably being wiped out from Sokol, but I don't know. Perhaps I'm being harsh. Anyway, the big winners from there is Abdallah Heyman, up 5 places. Junaid's lost 3 positions despite jumping the start, which is quite incredible. And Stevie's down 2. And anyway, we have gone green. And Stevie's been mugged by Matthew Rice, and he's got that right. Probably shoved him off track, but anyway, he's got that restart absolutely spot on. And he's overtaken Stevie. Oh, Stevie has to back out there, and he's going to be took by the Alpha Tauri behind. This is interesting. Really struggling to get the tyres up to temperature as Nick De Vries in the background is going slowly, and there's a yellow flag. What a great first lap. It's been very exciting so far. Matthew Wrightson, what a restart. Absolutely mugged Stevie off there. Stevie, though, looking for a dive bomb down the inside of the Haas driver in front. Thinks better of it. There's contact ahead, and Stevie decides. Oh, what a move that is. He's got Matthew Wrightson back there, and he's absolutely mugged him off after the collision ahead of Filippo and Matthew Wrightson. Not going well for Matthew Wrightson at all. In fact, going very, very wrong, son. He's now side by side. Oh no, it's the guy behind Abdalaman and who? Oh yes, Binhu. Side by side through a Rouge. Almost. Certainly the battle to watch, although Stevie is right. Well, it's actually in front of Filippo very, very easily. So Filippo maybe looking for the move down the inside, thinks better of it. It's a dangerous corner to stick your nose in, to be honest. Don't want to see that, as Mr. Tank has actually tanked away, and he's got a 2.2 second lead, and only in lap 1.5. I think he needs moving up, guys. I'm going to call early. Mr. Tank needs moving, but probably a bit premature. Anyway, Binhu following very closely behind Abdallah through a tricky section of the track. I've not really looked at tyres. Let's try and pay attention to what's going on. It's very difficult to commentate. I'll make it look impossible, to be honest, as Sully gets by someone. CH Machine. Quite a nice move. So there we see the tyre spread. It's quite interesting. There's a lot of people going for the softs. Is this achievable? It must be. Okay, so it looks like a soft medium strategy or medium soft strategy. I was going to go for the hards, to be honest, in F4. That may change my mind. We'll see as Miss Tank sets the fastest lap of the session. Sully being chased down by the CH Machine. Villeneuve not too far behind this pack. Closest battle is Matthew Wrightson. Actually, it's not. It's Stevie and Tommy PLR. Will keep an eye on this through Eau Rouge. And we'll see what happens. Really close behind. He's going to have DRS. It's going to be quite an easy pass. Past Tommy, yeah, absolute doddle. Matthew, oh no, there's been a massive collision. Absolutely huge between Matthew Wrightson and who? Oh yes, Binhu. And we don't know what happened there. But it looked like Binhu went straight to the back of Matthew Wrightson. Not sure whether it was a block or just a huge misjudgment by one of them. But anyway, that was a massive, massive collision. A lot of carbon fibre all over the track. But no sign of any safety cars. The Suckle gets past Binhu. Binhu no doubt lost his front wing. Yeah, there's no front wing on that AlphaTauri at all. He's gone straight into the back of Matthew Wrightson. No doubt there'll be a report one way or the other over that. As Sully now all over the back of CH Machine. Gone into Pouon. One of the greatest. Oh dear, he's gone into Pouon. He's gone completely out of Pouon. Gone so wide, and Villeneuve has said thank you very much. And so has Tim Liza, the Beyblade. He's going to go round the outside, or he's going to try to. Oh, that would have been a risky move. He's thought better of it and just slipped in behind James Sullivan. No, Sullivan's struggling though. He's hounding and harassing him. As further forward, Villeneuve is harassing CH Machine. This is 4 wide as Villeneuve has been overtaken by James Sullivan. James Sullivan is going to go all the way up the inside of CH Machine. Well, I don't even know what's happening. What's happening now? Villeneuve clearly running significantly less. Oh God, Tim's completely lost it there. Side by side with Villeneuve after a questionable corner, completely misses braking zone. As we do have a few pitters, no doubt got damage. Anyway, they're still side by side. James Sullivan and CH Machine. This 4 could be a great battle all the way. Further forward, there's gaps forming, so we're not really interested in that. Here we go. CH Machine all over the back of Sully. Just in the background, you see Tim Liza all over the back of Villeneuve. We'll keep one eye on that as well. But it looks like this is the move. CH Machine. Quite easily passed. Will Tim Liza dive bomb Villeneuve? No. He's got more brain cells than that. What a race. Look at this. Look at these 4. They're just not leaving each other alone. The stress on these drivers must be incredible. Varied tyres as well, which makes it even more interesting. They've got a 6-second gap to Suckle ahead, which is quite disturbing. But Tim Liza has somehow got past Villeneuve. Villeneuve had a shocking corner, and Liza said thank you very much. Straight through as they all get through Pouon without going wide. And Tim Liza again, he's absolutely steaming through the field. He's gone past James Sullivan. It's just, this is like Max Verstappen. What's happening now? What are you going to do now, Tim? Around the outside of CH Machine. No, he's got the switch back. This is lovely stuff from Tim Liza. What a great lap he's had. Oh, he's almost run right up into his gearbox. You can't overtake here, surely. Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. It's gone for it anyway. Left plenty of space. In fact, CH Machine's left so much space, he's gone off the track and left the door wide open for James Sullivan. He's going around the outside into the final corner. Lovely move from James Sullivan. Defend the inside line, has to. As Villeneuve has got the best seat in the house here. Look at this. What a view. Watching all this, we don't even know what's going ahead. Nothing by the looks of it, so we'll carry on. Beautiful stuff. These guys could be going all race like this. Further forward, Suckle all over the back of Wani. probably get the move done here. He is using his overtake button. As is Wanny, he's got less battery. Yeah, that's your one move. We go around the outside. This is collision waiting to happen. No, they've kept it fairly clean, and a good little move by those guys, as James Sullivan's going to send it down the inside of Tim Liza. Oh, that surprised me. There has been a yellow flag in Sector 2. One of the cars in the lead. It's gone wrong for Tommy. Oh, he's ghosting. What's happened? He's obviously rejoined the track. Just about stayed ahead. As further ahead, Stevie has lost it at Pouon. He's really pooed it up at Pouon. Well, he's dropped down to P4, but luckily Tommy has lost it as well, so he's only lost a few positions. Mr. Tank looking like a dominant display so far. But now, there's a 4-car battle here, and there's a 4-car battle at the back. What to watch, we don't know. Villeneuve is the closest, right up the gearbox of CH Machine, and he's going round the outside. Oh, risky. Oh, this is... Oh, I was almost sick then. There's going to be a collision, is there? No. They've kept it clean. Villeneuve's by. And Bastos, I believe he's Portuguese as well. 2 Portuguese drivers on the grid this season in F5. Villeneuve and Bastos also managed to get past CH Machine. Nico Hilterman has been overtaken. Not the first time we'll hear that this season. As Tommy PLR dives it down the inside of Stevie. It's good driving from both of them, that is, side by side, going into Eau Rouge, perhaps. Stevie's going to have to yield. But he's going to have DRS, so probably a sensible call. And then he'll get him back into turn 5. Oh, that was a commitment. Someone span at turn 1. Anyway, Stevie breezes by. I think he's used his brain to get make sure he kept that position. Very good driving. Further back, there's a lot going on. But we're going to watch Tim Liza, who's trying to break the toe. Not successfully. James Sullivan's got the inside line this time. Tim Liza breaks so much later. Oh, what a performance from Tim today. Absolutely brilliant. Just breaks so much lane, just straight around the outside. Tommy PLR's gone off again. Probably the same corner. Same in 2 laps. Rossi has also gone off. Everyone's spinning. Is it raining? Perhaps. No, actually, it's got darker. Could this be rain? No, it's not raining. It's just skill issue. Anyway. Binhu. And what happened there? That was weird. Anyway, I think I just had some sort of blackout or something. Anyway, what's happening in the race? Not a lot. James Sullivan still all over the back of Tim Liza. The Beyblade cannot get past him. Great little battle these guys are having as Villeneuve obviously dropped off. And who else was in this battle a minute ago? CH Machine, what happened to him? Must have pitted 0 laps. A bit of a shame, not a good battle, but maybe going for the undercut. So here comes Sully. Does he go down the inside of the chicane? No. No one's really making that move today. Bit of a shame. Well, there's still time. He's got a great exit into turn 1. Does he send it into turn 1? There appears to be a yellow flag being shown on the board there. I don't know what for, but either way. These guys are the closest. Rossier is having serious issues. It's almost like an engine failure, but well, I don't know what to say about that. Anyway, CH Machine, all over the back of Nick de Vries. Let's see how this one develops. Mr. Tank's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Track limit issues. Anyway, I'm missing out the battle of the day. Sully and Liza have gone side by side again, but Tim has stayed ahead with more battery, which is serious skill as Rossier and Matthew Wrightson are getting close. As well, they were getting close. Rossier not on his best day. Is it his debut, perhaps? Certainly looks like he's never driven an F1 car before, but we all start somewhere. And Nico Hilterman is looking like he's going to make an overtake, and he has, because Rossier is... Oh, that was close. Anyway, I don't think Ferrari are going to win the Constructors' title this season. But stranger things have happened. I can't think of any. Anyway, Villeneuve and Junaid having a little battle. Not much of a battle. Villeneuve's tyres perhaps going off a touch. And everyone's really got gaps apart from these two. Appear to be glued together today. They'll have a great battle. Very clean as well. I don't think they've come together. Not that I've seen anyway. There's a lot of respect in F5. Unless you're called Suckle. Just based on the turn 1 incident, as James Sullivan almost goes into the back of Tim there, but doesn't. What can Tim do? Let's see how late he brakes. He's not managed it this time. James Sullivan has got the move done. Oh, Tim! Oh! It's almost Beybladed. He's trying to shake that nickname. So far today is just about on the edge of grip. It's driven beautifully. There's got a three-way battle at the back. CH Machine, Nico Hildeman, go for the overtake, down the inside. Absolute send. Beautiful. Does he get a switch back though? Yes, he does. What a move from Mercedes, and Vries goes straight into the back of Nico Hildeman. Almost collides. I don't think they touched actually, but that was very, very close. It was a great race. Hopefully a sign of things to come in Ero Season 10. If you're new to watching league racing, watch this one. This is the tier to watch. Don't worry about F1. Watch F5. This is the one. Anything can happen. Speaking of which, Vries is past Nico Hildeman fairly easily, it's got to be said. Well, Nico is trying to hang it around the outside, although doesn't manage to do so, backs out of it. Further forward, Mr. Tank has a 12-second lead in 9 laps. It's quite disturbing. He'll be getting bored. He wanted more of a challenge, to be honest. Nico Hildeman now gets a time penalty for warnings. Filippo doing quite well in his return, P2. Abdelrahman P3, debut race, I believe. Pretty decent. Stevie P4 at this point with that little spin he had in Pouan. Suckle tried to kill everyone at the start, only succeeding killing Tim. Does have that 5-second penalty to serve. I suspect more might be coming later on in the race as Binu gets past Villeneuve and is closing in on Junaid ahead. As Suckle gets another penalty to add to his 5 seconds he got at the start of the race. Who was it who got a drive through? I can't remember. Whoever that was. Was it Junaid? He's doing okay. Recovered quite nicely if he had a drive through, to be fair to him. But, I've done the same in Spa. I don't know why, but I've got a drive through before at the start. Can happen. Complete schoolboy error, but can happen. As Binu on the back of Junaid looks like he's going to get the job done. I believe it's just started raining. Either that or I had an epileptic fit, because I just saw the screen flash. I do hope it's raining. It's certainly got darker. Imagine the scenes. Fantastic. I'm very excited. Hope it's not raining F4 though. Nobody wants that. When he pits, what does he put on? He puts on the medium tyres, so it can't be raining just yet. Is it raining, guys? I think there's spots of rain. Yeah, it's certainly dripping. So whoever's just pitting will be disappointed, and those on the soft tyres, they don't want to see rain at this stage, do they? Well, they've got to hang on and pit when it's into as further behind. Wanny and Matthew Wrightson going side by side. Wanny gets the job done. Yep, certainly raining now. Only a light spittle of rain. Hopefully intensifies over the coming laps. Thunderstorms by the end. That's what we want to see, guys. It's perfect, really. What a great race to start the season. No crashes or safety cars yet, which is a little bit odd. But like I said earlier, probably difficult, well, more difficult to crash on this game than it was the previous one. Basically, traction control is a little bit easier to control without traction control, as Matthew Ross is now 3 seconds down on his personal best in Sector 2, so I think the track is getting more slippy. Will Sukal with the first to go to intermediate tyres. I suspect so. Yeah, Inter's already, look. There we go. Serves his 5 second for trying to murder a driver. And then he'll be away. Oh no, June's got a 5 second penalty speed in the pit lane. What an error. Schoolboy stuff from the Williams rookie. Talking of schoolboy, Nick De Vries, 3 second time penalty, multiple warnings. He's actually commentating on F4 actually, so I'll be in trouble. Because I do give him a bit of stick. Well, I give everyone a bit of stick to be fair, but Vries loves it. Absolutely loves it. Someone's gone. Someone has lost it. Nico Hilterman has done something special, and a safety car's been deployed. Well done, is it Nico? I don't know. I think it's Nico Hilterman or something like that. We'll see what he's done. Hopefully, oh no, his car's disappeared. It looked to me like he'd gone into the pit lane and binned it. Just on that little pit lane. Oh, don't cut the cut. Oh, that was a bit. Oh, we'll let him off because he's last. But anyway, this is cautious. Anyway, safety car's been deployed. Everyone's going to pit for intermediate tyres. Everyone pretty much is happy, apart from those who have just pitted for inters. Absolute shambles for them. But yeah, everyone pits for inters. And does anyone risk the wets? Is it going to get that wet that with the full wet tyres? Well, who knows? I don't. Yeah. So in he goes. He could pit twice, this man. Oh no, Matthew Brightson's left the session. Absolute nightmare. Let's see if we can invite the man. I think I'm friends with him. Might not be. Ooh. If not, I'll invite the group. Oh, that confused people. I'll go in the group. I'll invite the group. If they leave, they're stupid. Anyway, Matthew Rossen connection issues, but good time to have it during the safety car, in fairness. So now, that 3 second penalty. What on earth? Mr. Tank's still on the medium tyres, guys. He's not changed his tyres. Absolute nightmare for Mr. Tank. He's all gone to the back of the safety car. What is happening to Mr. Tank? He's thrown this away. Oh, he's going to have to pit again. He's going to go to the back of the grid. Oh, the excitement is huge. Absolute error from the Haas team. Massive nightmare, but still no one's caught him up. He might get away with this. Surely not. Surely not. Suckol's gone? What's happened to Suckol? Has he crashed? He's crashed. Where is he? There he is, he's in the wall. He's gone at Eau Rouge during the safety car, which some drivers have done that before in the past, but we'll scoot over that. But yes, massive problems for Mr. Tank. James Sullivan's also made a huge error. Wanny's had an absolute brain fart, and he's on the mediums as well. What is going on here? Is it actually not wet enough for inters? Have they made an absolute genius strategy? It doesn't look like it, to be honest. It looks like they've completely had a meltdown. Where's Rosser? Hopefully he catches up. Come on, mate, get on with it. Oh dear. This has made it very interesting, though. We don't want Mr. Tank to run away with it, so you know, no disrespect to him, but this is brilliant. What's happening? He's dropped back significantly. Safety car's not in, is it? Is the safety car in? Have I missed the call? No, the lights are still on. So, I don't know what he's doing. He's doing probably something illegal, but anyway, whatever. People can report, I don't care. So, he's going to dive into the pit, surely. No, he's staying out. What's he doing? Surely it's wet enough for inters. Well, it will be in a couple of laps. Oh, no. No. James Sullivan stayed out as well. I suppose they're committed now. Wanny also stays out. Oh, my word. Absolute nightmare. These guys have been laughing their heads off. It's definitely into, surely. It's only going to get worse, isn't it? Well, I've not seen the forecast, but these guys clearly have. The majority of the field think it's going to be Inters for the rest of the race. Mr. Tank, in the lead, has gone for the risky strategy. You do this when you last, don't you? Matthew Wrightson's overtook someone. That's because CH Machine's coming to the pits. He's going into the hard tyres. What the hell is going on? Yes, that's wrong. I mean, we can say this is incorrect. I mean, what are Mercedes doing, putting the hard tyres on? There's 9 laps left. If it's dry, don't put the hards on. Anyway, enough of this. He's at the back now. He's last. He's gone. Although Ross is still miles behind. Come on, mate. Get on with it. I want you to catch up. I hope he does. He deserves to catch up. Had a few issues this race, but apparently drives no assists. So fair play to him. I do have a little bit more respect for when they fall off the track or when they haven't got any assists at all. Because in this tier, of course, you can have as many as you want. Which is fine. It's just casual, really. Everyone's just here to have fun. Although, you do get a trophy if you win the tier. However, mine has not arrived yet. I won F4 last season. Everyone else has got their trophies, and mine has not arrived. I personally think Watch hasn't sent it. But never mind. I'll cope. My shelf is empty, gathering dust. But whoever wins this championship probably get the trophy before I get mine. But anyway. No, I'm fine about it. I'm not worried. I'm not bitter or anything. Safety car surely in this lap. If we have another one, I'm going to the toilet. Which I'm sure you want to know, viewers. Well, I think we're going to have another lap, so we might have a moment of silence. I'll make sure I mute my mic. That'll be a laugh. Anyway, we're going to have another lap. I will be right back in a minute. It's all this water on the track. It's not good for the bladder. I have returned. Hopefully not missed too much. Rossi, oh, there's people pitting for dries. Oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Maybe Mr. Tank's just going to lap everyone then. Is it getting drier? Oh dear. Well. Sully could be on then, and so could Wanny, but I don't know why people have gone for the hards. Like, what? Can anyone justify this to me? Why you put the hard tyres on here? I can kind of understand mediums if you've got no softs. Or if you start on the softs. Although it's technically been a wet race, right? So you don't need 2 sets. I don't know what the rule is actually there. Can you just go hards for the whole race it rained slightly for a lap, even if you don't come in for the inters. I suspect not. I suspect you get disqualified, but you can do it on the inters. You can just do inters the whole race, but you can do just hards the whole race if it rains a touch. I don't know the rules. Anyway, not going to happen. No one's done it. So safety car is in this lap, and I think Rossi is actually going to catch up, which is brilliant news. Obviously, it's delayed the start of the race, the restart of the race a little bit, but that's not really a concern. There is 7 laps to go, or is it 8? 8 laps to go. And 37 minutes before F4 starts, so plenty of time. Which is good news, because I don't really want to miss a start. So, we'll watch the front, of course. This will be interesting. Are the inters or the dries quicker? I suspect the dries will be slower off the line because of... no. So, it's got to be dries then, because Filippo's pitted. And Abdallah, is he catching up? Mr. Tank, not really. There's a few drivers pitting. Interesting. So, I think it's actually stopped raining. What a race. So Mr. Tank has actually pulled a huge genius strategy, and I absolutely lambasted him when he came in and put the mediums on, but fair play. Further back though, the two rebels are side by side and Steve is in the way, and there's going to be carnage here. As Sully tries to run the outside, Tommy's backed out. Sully's got the dries on, remember, so this is probably the battle to watch. Stevie on the inters and Sully, who is usually slower than Stevie, in fairness, on the dries. So if Sully breezes by, we know it's dry time. I suspect it's dry time. It looks like dry time to me at the moment, as Tim Liza gets past Villeneuve to perhaps prove that point. Interesting from Filippo though. He's got some catching up to do. I don't know whether it's just worth staying on the inters like Stevie's doing and hanging it out. Because he's not been too much slower than Sully. Sully is struggling to get past him, which is fairly interesting. And Tank isn't pulling away too much from Abdallah Halaman, and Stevie's all over the back of him as well. So Sully surely got to get past here. Yeah, it's probably going to be quite easy. Ooh. Yeah, so Sully's by, probably as expected with the dry tyres. Further back, Tommy PLR and Wani are a little bit close. Wani going around the outside. Gone very wide though. Tommy PLR around the outside into the final corner. And I think he's going to have the inside line for turn 1 and have the job done. As Vino gets past Rossi, Rossi's gone again, struggling with the no assist, but again, fair play to him for actually trying. Junaid in the pits, too late to pit I would say now. Commit to the strategy as Wani and Tommy PLR are going close. As CH Machine is probably going to get that job done on Tommy in front. So dry tyres are the way to go as James Sullivan proves this going past Abdallah Halaman. Probably not going to catch Mr. Tank, but Tank does have a 3-second penalty. CH Machine past Tommy PLR quite easily, almost into the back of Wani ahead. So really it's now, can the intermediate drivers cling on to whatever points they've got, as it certainly has dried. So that little downpour made it very interesting. We'll watch the helicam a bit, it's quite nice. We're not going to see the helicam as Wani goes down the inside of Stevie quite easily. Stevie really struggling, probably overheating substantially. CH Machine goes by him as well. Stevie down to P6. So the little rain shower has not gone well for some of these drivers. And the battle is now between these drivers. Ooh, Abdallah Malan has let Wani by, and in the process loses a place to CH Machine. So he's tried to help his teammate and probably failed a little bit. And now Stevie is not far behind as well. So Tim Liza is probably the one to watch in this little group of drivers. As Villeneuve's had issues. The DRS enabled, so it's definitely dry now. Tim Liza down the inside of Tommy PLR quite easily. Easier when you're on the dry tyres. As Tommy goes into the pits. I'd say, again, too late to go into the pits now, but yeah, I don't know. They need another safety car really to save their race. It's gone wrong. It's gone very wrong for them. Strange weather in Spa. Everybody knows it. Tim Liza, put your foot down, man. You lifted. I saw it. DRS wide open. I think it's raining still. Oh, look at this move. Absolutely lovely that was. Who's going to come out in front? It's Tim. What a race he's had here. I think driver of the day has to go to Tim. He overtakes defence. Every time I've been on board with Tim, he's done something beautiful. So yeah, so far, driver of the day, Mr. Tim. Formerly known as the Beyblade. Minhu all over the back of the Ferrari. Arossia, who is in P10 despite struggles, so that'd be a good performance if he finishes P10. It doesn't look like he's going to. He's going to be overtaken by Minhu right behind him. It's a bit too close for comfort. No, he's done. He's gone for it. Oh, he's scared him. He's absolutely scared him there. I mean, that's just... You know what Carlos Sainz would say is intimidating me. He's intimidated him off the track there, and frankly, it should be penalised. Probably not. So two Inter drivers sort of battling. I don't know whether you call it a battle. Not sure, but Vries just behind will be sniffing blood. Oh, he almost lost it. He's got DRS wide open. Can I get his slipstream? He's going to dive down the inside of turn one. Be brave. No, he's lifted off way earlier. Oh dear. I mean, look at the grip levels that, or lack of grip levels that they've got here, and Vries is going to be side by side with Stevie into Eau Rouge unless he bottles it and lifts off, which personally I would. Let's see what Vries does. Yeah, stays behind him through Eau Rouge, and I tell you what, that was too easy. Stevie under pressure. Oh, Abdallah, man. He's going to send it on Vries as well, is he? No, not quite. Stevie does lose out there to Abdallah Halaman. Stevie going for the switchback. Beautiful move. Look at this. He's going to dive down the inside. Oh, if he'd have got that done, that would have been lovely. Not quite. This could be an interesting battle to the end. Not much going on up front. Sully 12.8. Now 13 seconds behind Mr. Tank, who has driven an absolute perfect race. So probably should... Oh, Stevie's now going to get down the inside of Abdallah. He's a bit cautious, Stevie, there. But, you know, you don't want to throw 4 points away, I suppose. Anyway, as I was saying, Mr. Tank, perfect race, as there has been a crash as James Sullivan and CH... Oh my word, what's happened here? Surely a red flag, if red flags were on, but they're not. Anyway, safety car's been deployed because Sully and CH Machine have had an absolutely massive collision. Probably the biggest crash I've ever seen in Ero. At a pretty tricky corner. There's been a drive-through penalty for Bastos. Who else has got a drive-through? I feel like there's more than one there. There was. Junaid, the two Williams got drive-through penalties. Vries has an 8-second penalty. Mr. Tank has a 3-second penalty. Absolute disaster for all of them. Mr. Tank has now pitted for Inters. Again, does he know something we don't? He's perfected his strategy so far. So is it right to be on Inters? I think, to be honest, people should be pitting for Soft. Stevie's committed and he's stayed on the Inters. Oh my word, what is happening here? This is an absolute perfect timing safety car for this spectacle. What a collision that was between James Sullivan and CH Machine. I don't know what happened. I feel like one of them lost it and then the other one just hit them. I think Sully went first, just on his own, and then CH Machine was far too close to avoid it and just went straight into the back of him, and both the races are ruined. So we've now got 4 DNFs. When did Sokol... Oh yes, under the safety car. Wow, what a finale. So we need the safety car in 2 laps of racing. So we'll have one this lap and then one more. Everyone will be bunched up. And then we'll have 2 laps of racing. On varied strategies. Wani on 9-lap old mediums. Mr. Tank on fresh intermediates. Stevie on old inters. Tim Lies has gone for the inters as well. Everyone's gone for the inters. So as you can see, it is getting wetter. And Villeneuve somehow in P6. Tommy PLR, who made that heart-wrenching decision to go onto the soft tyres. after the safety car came in last time. He'll be now doing a similar thing, and he'll be wanting to go on the inters. So, oh no, just not gone well for him at all today when it comes to the rain. This is beautiful weather. It's done exactly what I said it should. Little sprinkle, dries up, little sprinkle again. It's getting very wet actually. It's could be full wet conditions. So if you're Tommy, I would probably completely gamble here if I was Tommy and shove the full wets on, because you're going to spin off with the softs. No point, trying to break that up. You'll go to roughly the back of the grid if you pit now. Aside from Junaid, who you might just get out in front of him. So if I was Tommy, I'd be pitting for full wets, nothing to lose, and you could potentially win the race if there is a torrential downpour. So we'll see what he does. Hopefully he makes that call. I was like saying nothing to lose, you may as well be last rather than 11th. Oh, Tommy, be careful. What are you doing, man? There's no need to risk that. Just, oh dear. Anyway, I'm not his engineer, so he'll do what he wants. Anyway, Wanny, he's got a pit, surely he's got a pit 2. Somehow Stevie just recovered this P3. Tim Liza could win this race. And I've got to be honest, he deserves it. So Wanny, oh dear. No. Come on, guys. No, they're gonna get absolutely swarmed unless it dries up very, very quickly, which doesn't look like it will. But what do I know? Oh, it keeps it exciting. I'm glad they've done it, really. So yeah, good race. What a race. Fantastic. So does anyone... Oh no, I think Junaid's tried to serve his drive-through. Obviously you can't do that during the safety car. So Junaid and Bastos could get disqualified due to just the number of laps left. They have to serve the drive-through probably immediately when the safety car comes in. Otherwise disqualification could be a thing. Bastos gonna... Junaid, sorry, is going to catch up anyway. Their races are over. Tommy is risking it here, but... Yeah, either I suppose either risk one way or the other, risk for a complete downpour, or risk for it to dry up and stay on the softs. So he's obviously gone for the latter, but it is still raining. There's quite a lot of spray, so personally I go the other way. Safety car will probably win this lap though, so it's too late now. Although sudden downpour, full wet tyres, 2 laps to go, it has been done before. He could still win if he pits for full wets. I think if he stays on the softs, he'll be in the wall. As will Wanny. So yeah, Tim pretty fresh inters. Mr. Tank with a 3-second penalty. Stevie in the way. And of course, Stevie will be going for the win himself. He'll be not letting Tim by. But older inters, does that really make a difference? Probably not. We'll soon find out though, as the safety car is surely in this lap because he has caught up. I think Varese has served the safety car in this lap, so Varese has served his 5 seconds in the pits, so he's only got the 3 now. Bastos and Junaid, like I say, race over for those because they have to serve the drive-through. Yes, they have. No, they can serve it this lap or next. Think. Who knows? Anyway, Wanny's in trouble here, and if I was Mr. Tank, I'd be really, really slowing it down, and bolting as early as possible on the track because Wanny won't be able to keep up, but no one will be able to overtake Wanny until the finish line. So Mr. Tank could have actually built up probably 3 or 4 second lead if he used his brain a bit more. But anyway, he's gone now. Wanny, like I say, struggling, no one can overtake him, so he's already got a 2 second lead. He could have really exaggerated that if he wanted to, but difficult to think like that when you're in the cockpit at the time. Oh dear, Tim, that was a bit. It's going for the overtake. Oh my word, Wanny almost took out Stevie there. Tim has kind of gone a little bit deep, and Stevie's off the track now, as you can see. Joins in front of Filippo. This is getting tense. Like I say, Mr. Tank's got that lead because of Wanny. Tommy did pit for Inters in the end, as Tim is up to P2, 4 seconds behind, and Mr. Tank's got a 3-second penalty, so we'll see how that one develops. Stevie's right up the gearbox of Tim Liza. It's almost a little bit of contact between the two at turn 1, as Stevie gets past Tim. It's a pretty good move, and now they're 4 cars in the space of a corner. As Mr. Tank, during all this chaos, is building up his lead and probably win the race now. Stevie and Tim side by side. This could be a great battle for the next few laps. As Tim's got a much better exit in towards Puon. Stevie's gone wrong, and Tim's in front of him. Sends it into Puon. Stevie just behind. And is vulnerable to Filippo, who's going to have a look. Just to scare him, I'd say. Not actually going to send it down there, but try and strike fear into his opponents. Intimidation. It's a fair tactic. Stevie under pressure here. Tim's bolted. What has he though? Because he's still losing time to Mr. Tank. Or is Stevie just going slow because those old intermediate tyres? I think it's the... that's the one. Filippo's probably going to get the job done if he sends it down the inside. Stevie needs to defend the inside line if he's got any hope of keeping the position. What he hasn't is... Oh my word, Vries and Filippo have smashed into each other at the final chicane. Vries has had to go very wide. Bin Hu has tried to get the job done just behind Matthew Wrightson and Abdalman going side by side. Matthew Wrightson now, is he going to send it down the inside? No, he's going to just go around the outside of Bin Hu. Further forward, Filippo and Vries are side by side. Stevie gets a little bit out of shape way ahead, and Matthew Wrightson has gone very, very wrong, son. It's Vries and Bin Hu side by side. There's no cars further back. Stevie right up the gearbox, so Filippo's got a much better drive. Going to burn all that battery, as is Filippo, and Stevie down the inside of Filippo. Up into turn 5, the prime overtaking spot of the day, as Vries, Junaid and Bin Hu all within one little car. Someone's gone very well off the track there. Was it Stevie? I think it probably was. Stevie's dropped back, so I think he did go off the track there. But anyway, there's 6 cars. Oh my god, this is carnage. Stevie's causing all sorts of problems because of that old intermediate tyres. Can't do anything about it. Oh my word, this is like a demolition derby. How has this happened? 5-second penalty for Filippo for corner cutting and getting a place. Something happened there. Oh my word, guys. This is brilliant last lap. Fantastic. Mr. Tank's laughing his socks off. He's miles ahead. Filippo may get that penalty removed if it was unjustified, but we'll soon find out. Vries, Abdalman and Junaid, very, very close proximity to one another. There are penalties ahead, so Stevie will recoup some of those positions. But as it stands, Mr. Tank is going to win and dominate this race. By a mile, to be honest, is great performance. But yeah, Tim, to be fair, fought through the field. I think driver of the day. But anyway, it's not over yet. Vries runs wide, definitely exceeding track limits there. Hasn't really got a better drive than Abdalman, but might send it into the final chicane. As we are going to watch Mr. Tank wins the first race of the season. Good race by him. Well done, Tim, for coming P2. Good performance. Further back in the field, Vries and Abdalman. Vries is going to send it up the inside, is he? He's going to absolutely send it, and yeah, well, no comment. Filippo, another... Oh no, it's the same 5-second penalty. Anyway, further back, Rossivier has gone wrong right at the last, struggling, and Villeneuve... Oh my word, what happened there? Tommy PLR. Well, it's a bit of a chaotic end to the race, but... as Tommy PLR is backwards, and he'll finish P13, when I think he could have probably got points. Bastos gets a 20-second penalty for an unserved drive-through, but that won't make any difference because Wani is 30 seconds behind. So, after all that carnage, Mr. Tank wins the opener. Who predicted that one? Not me. Not me at all. Tim Liza P2, well done to him. Who is P3? Oh, well, it's Bin Hu. Abdallah Heyman, P4. On his debut, well done. Filippo P5, solid drive. Not quite worked out for Stevie there in the past, last 5 laps. Bit unfortunate with those fresh inters. Clearly, massive impact. I would agree with that, guys. Driver of the day, Tim Liza, the Beyblade. What a performance from him, but not taking anything away from Mr. Tank. In fairness, clearly had a lot of pace. But yeah, I don't like dominant drives like Max Verstappen, to be fair. So. It's just boring, isn't it? I suppose he must be bored. Look at his best lap time compared to everyone else. Absolutely disgusting. Although Stevie had a decent lap as well. Finished at P6. P7 Vries. Rossier P8. Well done to him. Good recovery. Villeneuve P9. We're very disappointed. Matthew Wrightson picks up the final point. Junaid P11 and Bastos, Oani, Tommy PLR, and the rest who failed to finish further down. So they're the standings for anyone who needs them. We'll have a look at the race director for the incidents, just in case anyone wants to get any penalties removed. I'll try and remember to do this each race, guys. Can't promise that I'll do it every time, but if I can, I will. So anyway, I think that was a great season opener for F5. Always get drama, always get action. Must have been a brilliant race to be a part of. And we'll see any reports coming their way. There's a few collisions, but not too many. 2 safety cars in the end. Probably just about as expected. And join us next week for a race. I think it's Silverstone, but I cannot remember. So it'll be fun anyway. Wherever these guys race. Absolute chaos, absolute drama. Join us for F4 in a moment. It starts in about 20 minutes' time. And Nick De Vries will be commentating, so tune in if you want to hear his thoughts on his AlphaTauri departure. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate on these guys, as it always is. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. And if not, as always, I don't care. Have a good weekend.